Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking through my thought process and explaining why I am making all of the decisions that I am making in a ranked game of the finals, as well as just offering some tips and tricks throughout. So I'm solo queuing here. I have a medium and a light for teammates. I'm not too sure what they're using. I normally see what everyone's using in the first round. But in this video, I'm just going to go through the final round. So this is just going to be for the final rounds. I'm going to show two separate matches where I've got two different teams. We're going to win one, and we're not going to win the other one. But this is the one we win, and the next match, we're not going to win that. But I am still going to play quite well. But I do make a couple of errors here and there, which is probably why we're not going to win the game. Anyway, we're going to the first vault. One team here is AFK. Just for a second, though, in the previous matches, they were all fine. They must have just, been preoccupied by something or whatever. I think they're going to join up in a second. So there is light there. You see a light as a heavy. RPG them. Normally, you have to follow up with a shotgun, but because of those pyro barrels, that's just an insta-kill. Light still is very, very, very bad. They're a little bit better now that they have the teleporter. That's like an extra use they have to them. Like the stun gun is okay, and now the teleporter is okay as well. But like heavy just has much more killing power and much more health as well. And then medium obviously has like defibrillators and healing beam. So light just really isn't that good. It definitely needs like some type of just base health buff to be anywhere near as good as medium or heavy. So I would advise against playing light. But anyway, we just get wiped there. I think I get a kill or two, but I do end up dying. I think that it wasn't the best fight simply because a teammate was a little bit far behind, and I think it took them a second to catch up. So if a teammate is ever a little bit far behind, then you could just wait for them, but it seems like they're online now. I looked behind me there to check, and it seems like they are there. So we have a light using a grappling hook. I think they've got vanishing bomb on, and I think they're using the V9S. And then we also have this medium. I think they're using the healing beam, but it might also be the Guardian turret. So I'm using my charge and slam here just to run towards cash out A. Losing that first fight isn't so bad. You only lose a little bit of time on the cash out, but this next fight is probably the fight that you want to win. So instead of trying to fight whoever's up here, whoever just killed my teammate, I just grab the totem and I'm going to try and rest them somewhere safe. When you go to res a teammate, don't bring their totem really far away. Just rest them there. If someone comes to push, I can probably take them out, right? So you don't need to bring your teammate's totem super far away. So I think my teammate's fighting. I'm not sure how many people are left on the enemy team. I could probably check the scoreboard. That probably would have been a good idea. I don't really know how to get to my teammate's totems here. I thought there was going to be a right turn there, but there isn't. So I just use my charge and slam. And then while the smoke is there, while maybe the enemies can't really see properly, I'm just going to grab a teammate's totem and res. No point trying to 1v3 here. You're gonna need your teammates up to win this fight, right? So that's what I do. I just try and get my teammates up. And yes, they can coin. I think we all have a good few coins here. But it's just better to not do that. There, before I RPG'd, I backed off so the RPG wouldn't get me as well. I try and finish that guy off, but I'm standing in gas and I don't want to be taking continuous damage for that. I just chill in the corner for a second and try and start the health regeneration. I throw a dome shield to push into this room so no one damages me. So my health regeneration actually starts, which it has now, and now I'm going to be back at full health. See, my teammate is getting damaged, so I just go to help them out. I know someone to the left is probably low. I try and deal with this person quickly. I see my teammate dealing with the other person, and then I get someone that is on top. I'm hoping my teammate can kill the last enemy, but I was there to help out as well if I needed to. But we wiped the enemy team. And now we're going to get the cash out, and Orange isn't going to have a chance to get back here. So if your teammate's low, just go help your teammate. And I also have the anti-gravity cube on here because I had C4 on before. In Season 1, I always had C4 on. Now C4 really just kind of sucks. You're probably not going to want to put it on. I tried out barricades, but I'm just personally not really a fan, even though they're probably okay. And the anti-gravity cube was new, so I was just trying it out, really. I think it has a couple of good use cases. I think it is good to throw on the cash out for the last few seconds so no one can steal it. And if someone tries to steal it, you're probably gonna just get a clean RPG in, and it's probably gonna be quite easy to finish them off with a shotgun because they can't really move that quickly when they're in the anti-gravity zone. I don't think it's great, but it is just sometimes a little bit useful. I think for the most part, explosive mines or barricades are just going to be better there as the fourth option. But Charge and Slam, SE1216, RPG, and Dome Shield are all still very good. So anyway, we go to the next vault here. We just try and open it straight away. I try and RPG a light, who I thought went over this way, so that's why I tried to charge and slam there, because I saw a light. The RPG didn't hit them. I thought that might hit them. This person dematerializes the wall, and I figure they just went through, so I I just finished them off there, right? I didn't really need to try and go through that same hall as them. If you just know the map and just go around, you're going to be able to do just fine. And then a light tried to stun me and 1v1 me, and I just take them out. So again, lights really just aren't that powerful at all. If someone stuns you even so that you can't aim down sights, the shotgun is the best thing to not be able to ADS with, because the spread is exactly the same when you're ADSing and when you're not ADSing. So it really doesn't make a difference. The only difference when you're stunned is that, you know, you can't move quickly, I suppose. Which is actually good. If the light is at like a longer range, then you're probably not going to be able to kill them. But even then, you just shouldn't be 1v1ing a heavy. It's just probably not going to work out for you. You should probably be trying to res your teammates or something as a light. But anyway, a teammate dies here, and this light tries to stun me, and I just kill them again. And then the second enemy comes up onto me, and I die. But I did kill the light. So there's two teammates here, and I'm just flicking between them to see if one of them is going to spectate me. Always good to flick between your teammates when you're dead, so that you know what's going on during the fight. Someone goes to steal, they just kind of bait it, teammate pops a turret down in there. I have 10 seconds left on my coin. I'm wondering if they were going to res here. They could have probably gone for a res there. It might have been a little bit risky, but they probably could have gone for it. I can coin in 1 second. I quickly see who's alive on the enemy team, just because it's always good to have like a vague idea of who's alive on the enemy team, so always good to check the scoreboard. So I revive, and now I'm just gonna res my teammate, right? You want all 3 people up. They've got 10 seconds on their coin, which is quite a while. So I just res them, and now they're alive, and now it's a 3v3 again, right? Well, probably anyway, unless Orange is dead, but I don't think they are. I get stunned again, and I take the light out again. So here's a tip as well. If you've tried something multiple times and it doesn't work, don't keep trying it. So that was the 3rd time that light stunned me and proceeded to try and 1v1 me, and that was the 3rd time that didn't work. So you might want to try a different strategy after that, right? Because they're just not going to be able to kill me in a 1v1, at least at close range. If they went a little bit further away, like, maybe that would work, because I've got a shotgun on, right? I can't do much at the longer ranges, and I won't be able to get to cover quickly because they'll have stunned me, right? But we end up just wiping Orange there. That light kind of kept dying on the enemy team, and they kept trying to 1v1 me, which just isn't great. And then we were able to take out the other ones pretty easily. I think my teammates also do pretty well. I think they're doing like very, very okay here. I know the light at the end of the match ends up getting like a bunch of kills with me, and that's the end of the game. Wow, that's actually insane. I thought it was a bit slower than that. I guess we got 2 in a row. But if that was a bit slow, then that's fine. Don't worry, because the next one's a little bit longer. I ended up getting 10 kills in that match, which was pretty good. And then those are the stats of the whole tournament. The light on our team did very, very well, especially for a light. But the thing is, they did that well as a light. They could have done so much better as a heavy, I think. They did have the V9S Diamond skin, though, and they were using the Grappler. They were using the grappling hook as a light as well, which is kind of insane. They did really, really well given their loadout anyway. It was kind of impressive. But anyway, we win that game, and now I'm just going to go on to the other one. So, this is the second game. I think I actually did this game first, and the first game was second, but it doesn't really matter. So I've got 2 completely different teammates here. Again, I'm just solo queuing, so I'm getting random teammates every time. I've got 1 heavy, and I've got 1 medium. I think our heavy is using the mesh shield, and I think our medium is using the healing beam. And they do have defibrillator on as well, and they're using the AKM. Our heavy is using the Lewis gun. Lewis gun got a little nerf, so it's just not going to be as accurate. I'm not too sure if it was like all accuracy or just when you're like not ADSing or something, but the Lewis gun did get a tiny nerf. SA-1216 is just still like the most powerful weapon in the game, I'd say. That's why I'm using it here. All of the new weapons are okay. I think the FAMAS is okay. I think the light burst weapon is okay. The thing with them is that you're not going to be able to like get the maximum fire rate every single time because they're burst weapons. You're just not going to be able to get the maximum fire rate every single time you shoot. So something like the FCAR is probably like going to have a lower time to kill, even though though something like the FAMAS might have a lower time to kill on paper, if that makes sense. Anyway, I just killed 2 oranges there. Or at least 2 oranges die. I can't pick the totems. Oh no, there 2 died. No, maybe 1 got defibrillated actually. And then there's a 3rd one here, and I just take them on and I charge the SAM into them to finish them off. So this is a really weird game because we don't win. But I said that at the start of the video. We don't win this game, but I'm gonna finish this game with like slightly less than 20 kills, and none of my team. I think 1 teammate gets 1 kill. So I kind of just wanted to show this one because it really just kind of shows that getting lots of kills isn't going to win you the game, because like we don't win, you know. But it also goes to show like how you can get kills as the heavy and how to kind of pair the charge and slam with certain stuff. Like I was low there in that last fight. Maybe I shouldn't have charged and slammed, but it worked, right? You kind of get used to when you should use the charge and slam to get to cover, like through a building, and when you should use the charge and slam to push the enemy and get the enemy. And also, charge and slam activates multiple times when you're attacking an enemy, so be aware of that as well. You can get multiple hits on them. I just moved this platform back up so that I know no one's going to come from underneath. I RPG'd my teammate there because I thought that that was an enemy, but it wasn't. So I just completely messed up there, and now I don't have my RPG for the next fight. So that was just a really bad mistake for me. And then I hear someone on top of the roof, so I mark it. Always good to mark stuff, just so your teammates know exactly where the enemies are, especially if you're not using voice chat, which I'm not. So there's mediums up here. I try and charge and slam this person because I missed a couple of shots in the shotgun. And they go through the window. I'm just going to try and chase them a little bit. They try and use the dematerializer to escape. I just reload my shotgun. Always good with the SA-1216 to always shoot 4 shots. So even if you only see someone through one of the shots, always good to keep shooting at them until you like pump the shotgun, because what you don't want to happen is shoot someone 3 times, then when you want to shoot a different person, only 1 shot comes out before you have to pump it. So always try and shoot 4 shots with this shotgun. And now 2 enemy totems are here. I'm going to check who is left on the enemy team. Actually, no, I'm not. I know there's only one because I can see both these totems. So I'm trying to camp these totems. I'm wondering if the medium is going to wait for his teammates to coin. I try and look at where they are. They came from underneath though, and I didn't hear them. So I'm going to try and kill this enemy here, and then I'm going to try and finish the last one off. I don't really have time to res for my teammates here. I heard the other one just come up. I think if I try and res my teammates, they're going to look for me. So I just try and take them on because we don't have that much time at the cash out. And in a situation like this, you can't really afford to coin or afford to res your teammates. You just have to try and go for the cash out. But it doesn't work here, and I do just end up dying, which isn't fantastic. And I think my teammates are both going to die as well. I did as best I could. Unfortunately, teammates just died, and they had like lots of time left on their totem still, so they couldn't coin to help me out. Which is just a little bit unfortunate. And it was unfortunate, like, the moment I went to look where the third orange was, that's the moment he defibbed his teammates. So totem camping is very, very, very powerful. Sometimes you do have to be a bit patient with it, though. I probably could have waited there a little bit longer, and then that would have meant that I probably would have been able to kill whoever was there. With the defibrillator, it's a little bit weird how it works. You probably want to try and finish off the person that's defibrillating and then come back to the defibrillatee afterwards, if that makes sense. Because you don't really want to wait around a couple of seconds for them to be rezzed and try and kill them while a different enemy like is on the loose somewhere. It's better to take out the one that rezzes and then try and take out the one that got rezzed, I think. And they're only going to be at 50% HP anyway. So there is that. We're just going to cash out B here. If they get this, they win, and if we get it, then we have to get the next one in a row as well. I'm just taking them on here. I miss a bunch of shots with the SA-1216, and then I hit a couple, and I try and melee them for the finish. Oh no, I used the charge and slam for the finish. So if you're in midair, and you activate the charge and slam, it does a ground pound, and I ended up using that to get the kill. And now we're just going to go to cash out C. 2 of orange is dead, right? If we can get to this cash out quickly and kill the last enemy, they're going to wipe, and we're going to be able to steal the cash out, and then that's going to be advantageous to us for the next fight. So if you ever kill 2 people on the enemy team, it's probably going to be a good idea to try and rush them and kill the third, just so they get wiped. I try and use the anti-gravity cube here to go upwards. It's got like a limited height on it though, so I could only get through this window, and then I try and like window hop to the next one, but it doesn't really work because the cube is still like active. Then I just use the zipline instead. I chuck a dome shield down because I'm going to try and steal the cash out. It doesn't work though. They use the dematerializer to bring it through. I'm not sure if it's the dematerializer or data reshaper. I think it's the dematerializer. I think the other one's the gadget. This person's super low, so I just go for the finish. I see a third one up here. I think they're gonna drop down and try and res their teammate that their totem dropped down before when I killed them. So I'm just going to res my teammate here. Unfortunately, this was rolling away, so I wasn't able to res, but I'm just going to go for it again. Again, you don't have to bring this totem super far away or anything. You can just do it there. You're probably going to be okay. I'm looking down here because I think I heard them get resed, or at least I thought that they might have, because that's where the totem dropped down to. This person temporarily stood stationary, so I get a bunch of damage in, and then I just finish them off. Again, try to camp this totem, right? We've got the cash out. We're in no rush here. I'm just waiting for the enemy to show up so I can try and take him out. Totem camping is very, 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 very powerful. You do want to make sure you don't camp it for too long. Don't camp it for like 30 seconds and then the enemy's just going to coin. But it is very, very powerful. So they go to res here and they're super, super low. And I am just going to probably finish them off, which I do. You get blown up by something. Someone goes to steal the cash out. I try and vault over this thing. I'm not too sure where they are, but I don't really want them to steal it because I'm not sure if we'll have time to steal it back. So even though I was low there, I had to go straight for the kill because otherwise we wouldn't have really have had time to steal it back. So in a situation like that, you have to go straight for the cash out. Even if you're like 1 HP, you have to try and go for the kill. So I end up killing that person and then I kill a second one there and orange is wiped. I think I'm getting shot by a turret there. You know, don't go destroy the turret. A lot of the time I'll see people getting shot by a turret and they'll go out of their way to destroy the turret. There's really just absolutely no point. You don't have to do that. Just go to the next objective, right? You don't really have to destroy the turret at all. Unless you're a medium and you've got the data reshaper, like maybe you could use it on that. But there's really not much point. Just go to the next objective, right? So that's what you've done. And now whoever gets this one wins, but I've said already at the beginning of the video we're not going to win. But I guess we can see how it plays out. Anyway, I'm not actually too sure what happens here. I'm probably going to grab the vault and try and bring it to cash out D. I always like grabbing the vault. Like, in theory, you should probably let your light do it, or whoever is fastest on your team try and put it into the cash out. But I'm quite confident with my decision making and my map knowledge to just bring the vaults in. So I kind of like doing it. And here I mark the other cash out because they're all at cash out D, right? But we have the vault, so we get to decide where this goes. So I just mark cash out B, and I'm gonna try and bring it there because that's where they aren't. Maybe they would have had APS turrets and Guardian turrets and mines all set up in the other location, but I'm just gonna bring it here because they won't have all that here. So one of them runs into me, they hit me a little bit, I hit them a little bit, and then the second one ends up killing me because I was getting shot at by 2 people. So I'm just dead on the roof, and now I'm going to be spectating my teammates. I do get defibbed here, but my teammate dies. I'm going to try and grab my teammate's totem and just run as quickly as I can, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do in that situation. Both of the enemies are pre-aiming me, and I just die again. So with defibs now, if you res in like a sketchy place, you're probably gonna die, and then your teammate's probably gonna die as well as soon as they're res. Unless it's like, yeah, that's just probably what's gonna happen. So you have to be smart with your defibs now, because they kind of act quite a good bit differently to how they used to. And there are advantages and disadvantages for that. Like, a disadvantage for that is, like, for me, if someone gets defibbed, I can't instantly charge and SAM them to just finish them off. I have to, like, wait, which is a little bit annoying because the charge and SAM has a lot of splash damage. You can, like, hit 2 people at once a lot of the time. But now you can't really do that anymore because you can only hit 1 person because the cooldown for the defib is still on the enemy that just got rezzed, you know? So I'm dead here. I've got 10 seconds on my coin. Teammates just trying to stay alive here. They use a jump pad and RPG someone. They really shouldn't have done that. They should just try and wait for the health regeneration here. They go into fight, and I coin as soon as I possibly can. I use the charge of SAM just because that gives me a movement buff, and I'm going to try and get back to the cash out. I'm thinking about resing. I see they've got 3 seconds on their coin, and then this person attacks me, so I decide to just go for the kill here. We need to get this to win, right? I dome this because I'm going to try and kill them. Really unfortunate reload time. They get rezzed. I don't finish them off. Then I get this person though as well, and I don't finish them off. So I get quite unhappy with that because I did really badly. I should have killed at least one of them. You never really want to do lots of damage to lots of people but never get a kill. You normally want to just get 1 kill on the enemy team. And now it's just our heavy. They couldn't really do a whole lot, and we do end up losing the game. But what's funny about this is I got 16 kills, and I died 5 times, and I did 8,000 damage. So I played pretty well, but there are a couple of things that I did throughout the match that probably lost us that game. Like that one little bit at that last cash out, where I camped the enemy's totem, and I reloaded a little bit too early. That cost me, because they were able to successfully defib their teammate then. Then also I wasn't able to finish them off afterwards. Maybe I should have chucked like an anti-gravity cube at the totem so that it was high up in the air, so it would have been harder for them to defibrillate. I could have done something like that, but I wasn't fast enough to think about that, and I kind of cost us the game there. But you do want to make sure you try and aim just to kill 1 enemy instead of focusing on doing like lots of damage to a team, because it's going to be harder for your teammates to finish off lots of people than it is for them to like take a 2v1, you know? Like 2 teammates versus 1 enemy. But anyway, there you go. Just 2 ranked games, and just offering a little bit of insight into how I play heavy, I suppose. And yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.